What are some things that would be said if you were to ask someone about their view of Christians? Maybe you might hear people say that Christians are judgmental or hypocritical, or maybe Christians are closed-minded or too old-fashioned, need to catch up with the times. Or maybe there's some form of phobic or ist. And I'm sure that there might be plenty of other responses, maybe some more colorful than others. But would one of them be Christians are the most loving people I've ever met? Jesus said that the defining characteristic of a Christian is love. He said, "A new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So also you must love one another, because by this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." Note that he didn't say that the defining characteristic is your political stance, or your defining characteristic is your theological or doctrinal knowledge, or maybe your position in church, or how well you keep the laws compared to others. Matter of fact, Paul says that if I speak with the tongues of men and even of angels, but do not have love, I am become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can know all mysteries and all knowledge, and I have faith so much that I can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I were to give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I were to surrender my body to be burned, but do not have love, it profits me nothing. So if love is the defining characteristic of our lives, and everything that we do, no matter how great we think it is, if it's done without love, it means nothing. So then the question becomes, what is love? Or rather, what does it mean to love? If we were to base it off of what we see in mainstream media, it would either be this super cheesy, sappy, rom-com style of love, or this highly sensual or erotic style of love. Love would be based on feelings, and we all know that feelings are fickle, and therefore we should not be surprised that love is also seen as fickle. So in this next series of Devos, we'll be exploring what it means to love. And we'll be referring primarily upon what Jesus says in Matthew 22, verse 35 to 40. It says, one of them, an expert of the law, tested him with a question, saying, "Teacher, which commandment is the greatest in the law?" So Jesus declared, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, all your mind and all your strength. This is the greatest and first commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the laws and the prophets hang on these two commandments." So, what does it mean to love God with all your heart? What does it mean to love God with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength? What does it mean to love your neighbor as yourself? Well, one question at a time, and we'll answer them all in due time. But for now, just reflect on what does it actually mean to love. And as always, think on these things.